We're making a karaage don that is so massive, it is gonna completely destroy your hunger. We use a double batter, triple fry technique that results in the crispiest, crunchiest chicken ever. So let's get started.
It's the big night.
We're using boneless chicken thighs with the skin on for our karaage don. You're gonna flip the chicken over, skin side down, and cut along the thinnest part of the meat where the skin is slightly visible. Now take the bigger half and cut that in half. And now turn one of those pieces 90 degrees to the left and then cut it in half again. Take the other piece that you cut earlier and cut that into half. And now take the largest piece that's left and cut that into thirds. You're gonna end up with about 7 large chunks that look like this. It's best to make the pieces large as they will shrink when they fry. We're gonna add the chicken into a mixing bowl along with some minced garlic, minced ginger, soy sauce, cooking sake, and pepper. We're gonna mix everything together and let it marinate for about 10 minutes. Now you can see some extra marinade liquid in your chicken, so you wanna pour that out into a separate bowl, beat 1 egg, and mix it into your chicken. Now add 2 heaping tablespoons of all-purpose flour and mix well. This is going to create the first batter for our Japanese fried chicken. Now in a tray, add plenty of potato or cornstarch and add that reserved marinade liquid into the starch. Now using a fork, you want to mix it together and sort of press down on the lumps to break them up. Now when you run your fingers through it, you're going to feel these little lumps of starch. These little nuggets are going to add some extra crunch to our chicken. It's time to batter our chicken, so let's get familiar with standard battering procedure. Your left hand is for the wet mix. Your right hand is for the dry mix. Start with your left hand and grab a piece of chicken and add it into the starch. Now with your right hand, add some starch on top of the chicken, pat it down a little bit, and make sure the entire surface of the chicken is coated in starch. Now you want to shake off any of that excess starch and then set it aside. Using this method will ensure that you don't end up with those weird lumpy hands at the end. When you finish battering all the chicken, allow them to sit out for about 5 minutes to let the outside dry out slightly. This is going to help make that crust unbelievably crunchy. Now add some oil to a large pot and heat it to 180 degrees Celsius.
The party is off to a good start.
And now we're going to triple fry our chicken. So first, add them into the hot oil and let them sit for about 15 seconds. Gently agitate them so that way they come off the bottom of the pot and they won't burn. Let them cook for another 45 seconds, 1 minute in total, and then remove them from the oil. You're gonna let them rest for 30 seconds, and then you're gonna add them back into the oil for another minute. Remove them again from the oil, let them rest for 30 seconds, and then add them back in for 1 final minute. Every time that chicken goes in and out of the oil, you're gonna feel that outside get crispier and crunchier. When they finish their third fry, take them out of the oil and let them drain. Now I could just eat these karaage as is, but I gotta resist. Help me stay strong by typing "finish the bowl" in the comments below. Now let's make a perfect soft boiled egg by boiling a room temperature egg for 3 minutes and then shocking it in cold water. We're gonna come back to this later. Next, we're gonna make a delicious green onion dipping sauce by mincing the whites of 1 green onion stalk and mixing it with some soy sauce, rice wine vinegar, mirin, sesame oil, and salt. Now in a large bowl, add some rice and spoon some of that green onion sauce right on top. Add some leafy greens and then a mound of thinly sliced cabbage. Then top it with that beautiful golden brown karaage. Now very carefully slide your peeled soft-boiled egg right on top, spoon more green onion sauce on the chicken, top it with some sliced green onions, and hit it with some Japanese 7 spice powder. I just want you to see this. Now that is the definition of food porn.